You don't have to be rich to travel well. After years of full-time travel, we've learned how to turn everyday expenses into luxury experiences without spending more.
These aren't your typical skip the latte kind of tips. These are real travel hacks that we've tested in over 100 countries. Things that actually save money without cutting out the fun. So grab your notepad because by the end of this video, you'll be able to travel twice as far for the same budget.
We're John and Beth, and we are the Retirement Travelers. If you're just finding us, we are an American senior travel couple who are on the adventure of our lives. So hit subscribe and follow along on our little travel log. We are a few weeks ahead of our videos, so if you're wondering where we are in the world, we keep our Instagram updated to our current location, so follow us there.
Travel hack with Hyatt instead of airlines. Here's one of our biggest personal tips, and honestly, it's a game changer for full-time travelers like us. Most people chase airline status. We chase Hyatt status. And here's why. By using our Chase reward points and transferring them to Hyatt, we can book incredible hotels, often for half the points of what other brands like Hilton charge. Because those stays count toward our elite nights, we can earn globalist status without ever paying cash for a room. That means we get free breakfast, late checkouts, early check-ins, some amazing room upgrades, and most of the time access to the club lounge, which often has enough food for dinner, including wine and beer as well.
Now, over time, the perks just keep snowballing. We earn free nights, sweet upgrades we can gift to friends, and an overall travel experience that feels far more rewarding than any airline loyalty ever did. Our thinking is simple. Airlines give you a little status for a lot of effort, but Hyatt gives you a lot of comfort for the same effort, and that's a win in our book.
Take luxury cruises during repositioning season. If you've ever dreamed of taking a luxury cruise but didn't think it fit your budget, this one's for you. A little-known secret among seasoned travelers is to book repositioning cruises. These are one-way trips that ships take to move from one region of the world to another, like Europe to the Caribbean or Asia to Alaska.
Because they're moving the ship, not running a regular route, the prices drop dramatically. You can often get on a luxury line for a fraction of the usual cost. And the itineraries are amazing. Long sea days, fewer crowds, and stops in places that regular cruises oftentimes skip. We've done several of these across the South Pacific, the west coast of Africa, through the Panama Canal, 1 trans-Pacific cruise and 2 transatlantic crossings. Each one was unique and unforgettable. Repositioning cruises are slower, more relaxed, and they often attract the friendliest travelers. For us, they're not just a bargain, they're one of the best ways to experience the art of traveling slowly. This is your chance to book a Regent or a Viking for a fraction of the usual cost. So go for it.
Book a cheaper cruise and upgrade everything. Now here's one of our favorite cruise hacks. Book the cheaper cruise and use the money that you save to upgrade everything else. Now, here's an example. Last year, we took a Viking cruise from Tokyo to Vancouver that ran about $8,000 per person. It was a beautiful ship, but at the exact same time of year, Holland America had nearly the same route for under $2,000 per person.
Now that is a huge difference, and it gives you room to customize your trip your way. You can add the laundry package, which is around $200. So instead of washing clothes yourself like on Viking, someone else handles it for you. You can skip the included excursions, which honestly we often find a little underwhelming, and instead use that savings to book your own real, active, and exciting adventures. In the end, you will spend less overall, eat amazing food, and still have an incredible experience. Holland America is a great line for seniors. Comfortable, elegant, and full of charm. And when you combine that with a smart upgrade strategy, you can cruise in comfort for a fraction of what the luxury lines charge.
DIY instead of a tour company. When we travel, we meet so many people who are nervous about planning their own trips. And it always surprises us because these are the people who've spent their careers running businesses, managing departments, and leading teams. Yet, when it comes to travel, they don't feel confident going without a tour company. Now, we totally understand. Some people like having everything handled for them, and that's perfectly fine. But if you're willing to plan a little on your own, you can usually go twice as far for the same money.
Planning it yourself means you get to pick where you stay, what you eat, and how long you stay in each place. You can still book great local tours or guides, and you're not paying for the company's big markup or being herded through cities on a schedule that isn't yours. Doing it yourself takes a little time, but it gives you freedom and often a much richer, more personal experience.
Use public transportation. One of the easiest ways to save money and time while traveling is to use public transportation. Let's take Paris, for example. You can sit in a taxi for hours trying to cross the city, or you can hop on the metro and be there in minutes. It's efficient, inexpensive, and it runs like clockwork.
We meet so many travelers who are nervous about using trains, subways, and buses in foreign countries. But honestly, that's one fear worth letting go of. We've used public transportation all over the world, from metros in Europe to bullet trains in Asia, and we've never had a problem. The systems are safe, clean, and usually easy to navigate once you get the hang of it. Now, apps like Google Maps or Apple Maps make it incredibly simple. You can see which line to take, what direction to go, and even how long you'll wait. It's not just cheaper, it's often faster than sitting in traffic or waiting for a ride share. Plus, you get a front row seat to everyday local life. You'll see kids heading to school, people on their commute, and maybe even a street musician or two. It's real travel, authentic and affordable.
Eat at Michelin star restaurants for lunch instead of dinner. Now, this might be one of our favorite hacks of all time. We don't travel the world to skip out on the talent of the world's best chefs. What a waste that would be. Now, food is such an important part of culture, and great food shouldn't be reserved only for special occasions or for big budgets.
Now, here's the trick. Many Michelin star restaurants offer lunch menus for a fraction of their dinner prices. You get the same creativity, presentation, and often the exact same dishes, just without the sky-high evening bill. We've done this in cities all over the world, and it's always one of the highlights of our trip. Not every fine dining spot serves lunch, but it's absolutely worth checking. You'll enjoy a world-class meal, experience a bit of culinary theater, and still have room in your budget for your next adventure.
Contact the hotel directly for a better rate. We used to book almost everything through third-party apps, mostly out of habit and convenience. But over the years, we started noticing a pattern. So many times when we'd check in, there'd be a little sign at the front desk that said something like, "Next time, call us directly for a discount." And sure enough, when we started asking, we found out it was true.
Even in Bali, our villa offered us a discount if we booked our next stay directly with them instead of through a booking site. Hotels save money when they don't have to pay commissions to third parties, and many are happy to pass some of those savings on to you. Now, whenever we're booking something special or a longer stay, we reach out directly by email or phone and simply ask if they can offer a better rate for booking direct. More often than not, they do. It's one of those simple travel habits that can save hundreds over time, and it never hurts to ask.
Use day passes for a taste of luxury. Here's one of our favorite little travel secrets. You don't have to stay at a luxury hotel to enjoy one. Websites like Resort Pass or Day Use let you buy day passes to beautiful resorts, hotels, and even airport lounges. You can swim in their pools, use their spas, enjoy their restaurants, and soak up all the atmosphere without paying for an overnight stay.
We've done this in places where the hotel itself was out of our budget, but we still wanted a little taste of luxury. You get all the perks, the pool, the views, the service, but only pay for the hours you actually use. It's also perfect for long layovers, early arrivals, or late flights when you just want a comfortable place to relax, shower, and recharge before the next leg of your journey. So before you book another pricey resort night, check if you can just spend the day instead. It's often the smarter and much cheaper way to go. Don't forget to check for these when cruising. Resorts are a great way to spend your day and your time on shore.
Get a travel credit card with Lounge Access. If you travel often, this one's a game changer and it pays for itself fast. We use the Chase Sapphire Reserve, but many travel credit cards now offer Lounge Access as part of their perks. And honestly, after years of full-time travel, we almost never pay for airport food anymore.
Instead, we just walk into a lounge, pour a beer, sit back, and enjoy a full meal, all included with our card. Some lounges even have showers, nap rooms, or massage chairs, which makes long layovers so much easier. It's one of those perks that feels indulgent but actually saves money over time. Between airport meals, drinks, and the occasional upgrade in comfort, having a card with Lounge Access is worth every penny.
Use a no-fee foreign transaction credit card. This hack saves you quietly but constantly every time you travel abroad. Always use a credit card with no foreign transaction fees because those small charges add up fast. But the real trick happens when you're standing at the register or an ATM and it asks, "Would you like to pay in your home currency?"
Now, it sounds like the right choice, but it's actually the wrong one. Always choose the local currency and let your credit card handle the exchange rate. Most businesses want you to select your home currency because they profit from the conversion. But when you choose the local currency, your bank gives you the real exchange rate. And if your card has no fees, you save even more. We've used this hack everywhere, and it made a noticeable difference over the years. So remember, local currency is good, home currency bad. It's that simple.
Carry a debit card for cash. Here's an important money tip that can save you a ton in fees and stress. Never use a credit card to get cash from an ATM. When you do that, the credit card company treats it as a cash advance, not a purchase. That means the entire balance starts earning interest immediately, usually at a much higher rate, and there's no grace period. Plus, most cards tack on an extra fee for the withdrawal itself. It's one of the most expensive mistakes you can make on the road. Instead, carry a debit card linked to your checking account for cash withdrawals. Many travel-friendly debit cards reimburse ATM fees worldwide and use fair exchange rates, so you can get local currency without the hidden charges. We keep one specifically for travel. It's safe, simple, and helps us avoid those painful surprise fees that sneak up later.
Find a good deal on cell phone data. One of the easiest ways to save money and stay connected abroad is to have the right phone plan. We use Google Fi, which works seamlessly both at home and overseas. It gives us both 100 gigabytes of data each month, which is more than enough for calls, maps, and uploading photos while traveling. It automatically connects as soon as we land in a new country, no SIM swaps, no extra setup, and that convenience is priceless. Now, there is one small catch. After about 3 months abroad, Google Fi will pause your international data. You'll still keep your phone number and phone service, but you'll lose cellular data. When that happens, we switch to Airalo, which offers affordable regional eSIM plans that work great for travelers. We partnered with Airalo as an affiliate, so we'll leave our link below if you want to check it out. It's simple, reliable, and keeps you connected without paying outrageous roaming fees.
Use layover programs to see 2 countries for the price of one. This one was one of those travel hacks that feels almost too good to be true, but it's real. Many airlines offer layover or stopover programs that lets you spend extra time in their home country without paying more for your ticket. We did this with Iceland Air, which allowed us to spend an entire week exploring Iceland on our way to Europe, all for the same price as a regular flight. It was such an incredible bonus trip that we couldn't believe more people weren't doing it. Right now, there are about 26 airlines around the world that offer some version of this program, from Turkish Airlines in Istanbul to Singapore Airlines and Qatar Airways. It's worth checking when you book because you could easily turn one vacation into two, and all it costs is a little extra planning. 2 countries, 1 plane ticket, that's our kind of deal.
Book round trips inside of round trips. Nested tickets. Here's a travel hack that can save a lot of money, especially on long-haul flights in business class. When we were planning our trip to Victoria Falls this year, we wanted to fly in comfort but found that multi-leg business class tickets were outrageously expensive. So instead of booking one big itinerary, we booked 2 separate round-trip tickets. Our first round trip was Washington, D.C. to London, and the second was London to Victoria Falls. Since we knew we'd be returning through London anyway, this setup worked perfectly, and it saved us nearly half the cost of what a single multi-leg business class ticket would have been. The trick is called nested ticketing, and it works best when you know your travel routes in advance. Just be sure to plan your connections carefully and keep all of your flights in the same booking class. Done right, it's one of the smartest ways to fly in style without paying full price.
Build a trip around the best business class deal you can find. Sometimes the smartest way to save money is to start with the deal, not the destination. When we were planning our trip to Istanbul this fall, we wanted to fly Turkish Airlines business class because we had heard it was one of the best experiences in the world. But from Washington, D.C., the tickets were way too expensive. So instead of giving up, we looked at nearby cities and found a much cheaper Turkish business class to Baku, Azerbaijan. We hadn't been there before, so we thought, why not? We booked a flight a couple of weeks earlier, added stops in Georgia and Armenia, and turned one flight deal into an entire new adventure. The result, we're scheduled to fly in luxury for thousands less, explore 3 new countries, and still get to Istanbul in style. Sometimes the best itinerary isn't the one you start with, it's the one you build around the best deal you can find.
Pick your country carefully. We've learned that the biggest money saver isn't always about flight deals or reward points. It's where you choose to go. Now, some destinations give you a 5-star experience for the price of a 2-star one somewhere else. Take China, for example. It's one of the most underrated travel values in the world. The trains are sleek, spotless, and high-tech. Honestly, the best we've ever ridden. The hotels feel ultra luxurious without the high price tag, and the food and culture are just incredible. Everywhere we went, people were friendly, curious, and so excited to meet foreigners. And we never once felt unsafe, even walking around big cities at night. So when you're planning a trip, don't just follow the most popular or expensive routes. Think about countries that over-deliver, where your money goes further, but the experiences feel first class.
Go in the shoulder seasons. If you really want to stretch your travel budget, learn to love the shoulder seasons. That sweet spot between the busy and the quiet times of year. We found that prices can drop dramatically right before or right after the peak season. Flights are cheaper, hotels have more availability, and even the crowds thin out. You'll still get great weather, sometimes even better, but without paying those high season prices or standing in line for hours. For example, visiting Europe in late spring or early fall means fewer tour buses and lower hotel rates. Southeast Asia right before monsoon season or the Caribbean just after hurricane season can also be surprisingly affordable. We've done this all over the world, and honestly, we've had some of our best trips when everyone else stayed home. Shoulder season is like getting VIP access at half the cost.
Book a month-long stay for a discount. One of the favorite ways to save big and live a little more like locals is to stay longer. When you rent a place for a month, the price per night often drops dramatically. We've stayed in luxury condos that are big savings per night compared to booking just a week. It's especially true on platforms like Airbnb and Vrbo, where hosts love long-term renters because it means fewer turnovers and less work for them. Beyond the savings, a month-long stay changes the whole rhythm of travel. You unpack once, get to know your neighborhood, find your favorite grocery store or coffee shop, and really settle in. You spend less on eating out, transportation, and constant moving, and more on actually enjoying the place. It's the best mix of affordable and comfortable travel we found, and it makes every city feel a little bit like home.
Sign up for newsletters and flash sales. This is one of those small habits that pays off in a big way. We subscribe to newsletters from our favorite airlines, cruise lines, and hotel brands, and it's amazing how many deals show up in our inbox before they ever hit the big travel sites. These companies often run flash sales. They're short, limited time discounts just for their subscribers. We've seen cruises drop by thousands in price overnight, or hotels send out half-off codes for slow weeks. Because we're already on their list, we get first dibs on those deals, and that's often the difference between booking or missing out. And it's not just email. We also follow these same brands on Instagram, where flash sales and limited offers are often announced in stories or posts before they're shared anywhere else. So before you plan your next trip, take 5 minutes to follow a few accounts and sign up for a few newsletters. You'll be amazed at how often a great deal might just find you.
Be flexible. That's the real travel hack. If there is one thing we have learned after years of full-time travel, it's that flexibility saves money and your sanity. The travelers who get the best deals are the ones willing to shift their dates, routes, or even destinations a little. Maybe you leave a day earlier, fly into a nearby city, or choose a hotel just outside the main tourist zone. Those small changes can add up to huge savings. Being flexible also means staying open to surprises. Some of our best experiences happened because a plan changed. A missed train led to an unexpected city, or a cheaper flight took us somewhere we hadn't even considered. So while all of these other hacks can help you stretch your travel budget, this one is the key that makes them all work. The more flexible you are, the more freedom you'll have to chase opportunities, find value, and enjoy the journey. No stress, no rush, just travel the way it's meant to be.
And if you want to learn how we hack business class tickets, watch this next.